Hi, it's me again, Neil Han Dynasty, here in the basement of the Han Dynasty with my protector, my bodyguard, Ginger. She's always around, watches my back for me. Be kind, helpful, grateful. Like, share, and subscribe. At least share. And buy some silver and some platinum and some crystallized osmium. Because you can. This is from We Love Africa, giving them total recognition. About 4 hours old. And I keep doing this stuff on Burkina Faso because no one wants to pay attention. Very few want to pay attention to the relevant importance of this one singular country and the revolutionary changes that potentially they can bring to that whole area of Africa, which will change the world. I have vision. Apparently they do too. Let's see what they have to say about it.
Africa, but it gave up its nuclear capabilities.
That was South
and
Africa.
It's no wonder that Africa is not given the same attention in the world because it does not have nuclear leverage. The Western countries, therefore, do not fear to exploit Africa. But this is going to change forever. That's because Burkina Faso has made some secret agreements with Russia and its atomic agency.
Hold on. Isn't Russia the R in BRICS? And South Africa the S in BRICS? And instead of Russia helping BRICS, they're going out of their way to help a non-BRICS nation? Isn't that undermining BRICS? Huh. Because Burkina Faso ain't joining BRICS. But yet Russia's helping them, and they're not helping South Africa, who's the core member of BRICS, who hasn't shut down nuclear power plant that could be restarted in a year or two, and they wouldn't have their power problems. But Russia's not helping them. Russia's helping Burkina Faso. So what that tells me is South Africa is the... Sorry, Andy. South Africa's GDP is going this way. Ooh, they're taking Africa with it. Then comes West Africa, Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso. And Russia's like, ooh, let's get behind these guys. I'll keep him from being assassinated and any more coups happening, and we'll build a power plant there, a nuclear power plant. But it goes further. It's not just a nuclear power plant.
This is to establish Burkina Faso's first ever atomic energy agency. What will this agency do that has made the West nervous? Will Burkina Faso use this agency to also develop nuclear capabilities in addition to making energy? In this video, let's find out.
Okay, first off, on this big old planet we live on, and they don't like talking about this, and they don't like telling you it's a big old planet, and there's a lot of countries out there, and there's a club. You're either in or you're out, and they try hard to keep you out, and that's the nuclear club. South Korea, Russia, China, India, England, Israel, America, a couple of Japan, well, no, not Japan. A couple of other countries are in the nuclear, maybe Japan, not in the weapons club, but the nuclear club. But they don't have capabilities to make nukes, weapons. So to get in that club elevates your society to a first world standing nation. And you get better respect, better trade deals, get taken more seriously when you talk. So it ups your game from the kiddie table that you used to sit at the Thanksgiving table when you got together with all your relatives when you were a little kid. Well, Burkina Faso has been in the little kiddies table for a long time. And with this one move, they're skipping the teenagers table, going straight up to the adults table. That it hasn't happened yet, but working on it means that's where they're going.
That's the story. Well, Burkina Faso has shocked everyone by establishing its own atomic energy agency following extensive talks with Russia. However, this should not be confused with the nuclear power plant, which was established earlier after collaboration with Russia. This move, which initially focused on building a nuclear power plant to address the country's severe energy deficits, has now expanded into a broader and more complex initiative. The creation of the Burkina Atomic Energy Agency, BAEA, suggests a potential shift in focus from purely peaceful nuclear energy applications towards capabilities that could include nuclear weapon development even including technologies like missile systems. But how did Burkina Faso reach this point? The collaboration between Burkina Faso and Russia began with the construction of a nuclear power plant. At that time, experts knew that this would ultimately lead to atomic collaboration between Russia and Burkina Faso. You should know that Burkina Faso has long struggled with severe energy shortages, with only about 21% of its population having access to electricity. The country's reliance on biofuels like charcoal and wood, along with imported oil products, has been inadequate to meet its growing energy demands. The need for a more reliable and sustainable energy source led the Burkinabé government to explore nuclear energy as a viable solution. Discussions with Russia, a global leader in nuclear technology, began with a focus on constructing a nuclear power plant. This plant was envisioned as a means to significantly increase electricity access in Burkina Faso, with the goal of achieving 95% coverage in urban areas and 50% in rural areas by 2030. However, the establishment of the BAEA signals a broader ambition. While the initial talks centered around using nuclear energy for peaceful purposes, such as power generation, the creation of an atomic energy agency introduces the possibility of expanding into nuclear weapons development. This shift raises concerns about the dual-use nature of nuclear technology, where capabilities developed for energy purposes can also be adapted for military applications. The move to establish the BAEA could be interpreted as Burkina Faso positioning itself to explore the full spectrum of nuclear capabilities, including using it for military capabilities. But what are the new memorandums signed between Burkina Faso and Russia? Just recently, Burkina Faso and Russia signed various memorandums of understanding at the St. Petersburg International Economic Forum in 2024. These moves cover a wide range of areas, including education, infrastructure development, and public opinion management, all of which are essential for establishing a comprehensive nuclear program. However, the involvement of Russia, a country with a well-established military nuclear program, raises the possibility that these agreements can also lay the groundwork for military applications of nuclear technology in Burkina Faso. The BAEA will oversee the development of nuclear infrastructure in Burkina Faso, including regulatory frameworks and safety standards. While these are critical for civilian nuclear energy projects, they are also necessary for any potential military applications of nuclear technology. And as of now, Burkina Faso has not yet explicitly said nuclear capabilities will be developed. However, the agency's role in educating the public and building human resources could be seen as part of a broader strategy to prepare the country for a more significant nuclear capability. What's more, the country's alignment with Russia marks a departure from appeasing Western countries. To this moment, Western countries put sanctions and try to punish countries developing nuclear capabilities. Yet, Burkina Faso doesn't care because it's determined and it has Russia on its side. What's more, regionally, Burkina Faso's pursuit of nuclear technology could initiate a trend of nuclear development throughout Africa, making the continent gain more leverage. Here's a reminder to please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos on Africa.
Yes,
politics,
please subscribe
economy,
to We
and
Love
changing
Africa.
landscape.
Good channel.
Let's continue now. But how will Burkina Faso proceed, given that it has rectified the nuclear test ban treaty? For years, Burkina Faso aligned with global efforts to prevent the spread of nuclear weapons, ratifying the NTBT as part of its commitment to international peace and regional stability. That's because the West ensured other countries didn't develop nuclear weapons except for itself.
What's that spaceship
In other
doing
words,
up there?
despite rectifying treaties, the Western countries continued developing their nuclear weapons. Earlier, this treaty, designed to ban all nuclear explosions, whether for civilian or military purposes, was a reflection of Burkina Faso's dedication to global security. By ratifying the NTBT, the country positioned itself as a nation focused on promoting peace and supporting non-proliferation initiatives worldwide. However, the decision to establish the BAEA under the leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traoré signifies a dramatic pivot in Burkina Faso's nuclear policy. The creation of this agency indicates that the country is now exploring a broader range of nuclear capabilities, including those that could lead to the development of nuclear weapons. One of the BAEA's first likely actions is to remove the NTBT from Burkina Faso's constitution. This legal change would remove previous restrictions and allow the country to pursue nuclear technologies that were once off limits under the NTBT. That's the same as Western countries do. Thus, the establishment of the BAEA not only marks the beginning of Burkina Faso's nuclear energy program, but also signals a potential interest in expanding nuclear capabilities beyond civilian energy production. By removing the NTBT from its constitution, Burkina Faso would dismantle the legal barriers that have, until now, prevented it from pursuing nuclear weapons development. It's interesting to know that earlier, Western countries created hurdles for countries by making them commit to developing nuclear capabilities in their constitution. But will Burkina Faso succeed in becoming a nuclear power? The simple answer to this question is, if Burkina Faso has plans to develop nuclear capabilities and weapons, there is no one that can stop it from doing so. Just recently, a delegation from Russia's state corporation, Rosatom, recently visited Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso's capital, to discuss building the country's first nuclear power plant. From August 6 to 10, Rosatom representatives engaged in extensive negotiations with the Burkinabe government, emphasizing the country's ambition to double its electricity production by 2030 through nuclear energy, as confirmed by Burkina Faso's Ministry of Energy. However, it will be quite confusing if it's said that the 4 days' negotiations were about developing electricity only. Experts believe the main focus of the discussion was in what manner Burkina Faso will develop nuclear weapons. That's because such a project demands substantial investment, meticulous planning, and strong partnerships. Rosatom, with its global reputation for successfully executing nuclear projects, has the necessary technology and experience to support Burkina Faso in this venture.
So, what do you guys think, huh? Kind of kicking. They're kicking the doors down. They haven't done it yet, and they are not going to be in a position to do any kind of nuclear thing until after 2030. But that positions them to be the powerhouse of Africa, not South Africa. That means the GDP, with all the videos I've been giving you, they want to promote engineering, build colleges for engineering, build skyscrapers and high-rise bridges and railroad systems and all this other stuff. And what's South Africa doing? Declining. World leaders and continent leaders build and thrive. Burkina Faso is building and thriving. South Africa is dying. So, choose your investments off of information you get very wisely. Because the information you get, if it's not telling you that West Africa will be the world leader of Africa, the continent of Africa, you are being misled. Because that's where all the opportunity is going to be. You could be over there right now starting companies up, bringing over supplies to start construction companies, bringing over your engineers. Sure, they'd be replaced as they get their stuff going, but until they get their colleges built and their people trained, you got 8 years, 10 years of pure profit making before they get their kids out of colleges to be the engineers of West Africa. And oh, by the way, Nigeria is concentrating their college efforts on programming and computer type stuff. So Nigeria, and I did a show on this. Nigeria wants to be like the African MIT, or the MIT of Africa, and it looks like Burkina Faso wants to be the engineering hub where all your smart engineers come from. So it looks like Africa's developing. It's just people aren't paying attention to it. That's why I'm doing so many shows on it, because it's moving quite fast, actually. And opportunity is now. And I don't know how long these opportunities are going to last, because, they go quick. Opportunity knocks, then it moves on. Anyhow, you guys have a great night. Bye-bye.